My friend, if you found this video, it's not by chance. You were guided here. And I want you to pause for just a moment. Breathe in and ask yourself, why am I still here? Why have I survived battles that others couldn't? The truth is, you are different. You are not ordinary. There's a reason your path has been harder, lonelier, and filled with struggles most people will never understand. And today, I want to share with you something that few people ever hear. You may be one of God's dark chosen ones. You see, the world often celebrates the children of light, those who radiate joy, peace, and blessings. But what about the ones who were thrown into darkness? The ones who had to walk through pain, rejection, heartbreak, and spiritual fire? The ones who carry scars, not as shame, but as proof of survival? These are the dark chosen ones. And God doesn't just need them, He treasures them. Because they have been forged in shadow to become His elite shadow ambassadors. In this video, we're going to uncover why God needs them, what makes them so rare, and how their mission might just explain the very struggles you've faced. But here's the important part. Every chapter we're about to uncover will take you deeper. And the final chapter will reveal the most powerful truth of all, the secret role only the dark chosen ones can fulfill. You'll want to stay until the end, because it might just change the way you see your entire life story. What if the very darkness you've fought against was the evidence that you were chosen for something higher? Have you ever wondered why your life seemed harder than others? Why no matter how much you tried, darkness always seemed to find you? Through pain, betrayal, or loss, most people think darkness is only evil, something to be feared or avoided. But here's the truth that only the chosen ones ever learn. Darkness has a purpose. God allows His dark chosen ones to walk through shadows, not to destroy them, but to forge them. Just as gold is tested in fire, you have been tested in the valley of shadows. Every heartbreak, every rejection, every silent night of crying was not wasted. It was shaping you into something far greater than you can see right now. You see, the light chosen ones carry peace, but the dark chosen ones carry wisdom. They know both the sting of suffering and the strength of survival. They walk into rooms and carry an unspoken authority because their energy has been carved out of struggle. And this is the secret most people will never understand. Your darkness is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Without the wounds, you wouldn't have the wisdom. Without the storms, you wouldn't carry the strength. Without the shadow, you wouldn't recognize the light. You were never abandoned in the dark. You were being initiated. If God trusted you enough to walk through darkness, what greater purpose is He preparing you for? Stay with me, because in the next chapter, we'll uncover why only the dark chosen ones can carry the deepest divine authority. Chosen one. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like the weight on your shoulders was heavier than what others carry? Almost as if life demands more from you than it does from anyone else? That is not a coincidence. That is the mark of a dark chosen one. You see, God does not place the heaviest armor on the weakest soldier. He places it on those He knows can endure the battle. The reason you've faced betrayal after betrayal, setback after setback, is because God entrusted you with a spiritual authority that cannot be given cheaply. It must be earned through fire. Authority in the spiritual realm is not measured by titles, money, or status. No. Authority is measured by how much darkness you have survived and how much light you still carry despite it. Think about it. Who can lead the broken better than someone who has been broken and risen again? Who can speak life into the hopeless better than one who has wrestled with hopelessness themselves? Who can fight for the oppressed better than someone who knows the crushing weight of oppression? This is why you, the dark chosen one, are different. You walk with a frequency that others can feel without you speaking a word. Demons recognize it. Angels honor it. The spiritual world knows when you walk into the room, because your authority was carved into your soul through every trial you overcame. But here is the deeper mystery. The authority you carry is not for you. It's for others. God allows His dark chosen ones to taste the depth of pain, so that when they stand before those who are drowning, their words don't just sound like encouragement. They carry power. Your story, your scars, your survival, they are your credentials in the kingdom. And yet, this is not the full picture. Because what God entrusts to His dark chosen ones goes beyond survival. It goes beyond wisdom. It is something greater, something very few are even worthy of holding. Stay with me, because in Chapter 3 we'll uncover the truth about why the dark chosen ones are called God's shadow ambassadors, and why your role is unlike anything the world has ever seen. Chosen one, listen carefully, for what I'm about to share is something few truly understand. When most people think of God's messengers, they imagine radiant beings clothed in light, singing praises in heaven. But what if I told you that God also chooses warriors who walk through the shadows, not to be consumed by them, but to carry His presence into places where light alone cannot reach? These are the shadow ambassadors. And if you are a dark chosen one, that may very well be you. Think about it. Light shines beautifully in safe places, but it is in the darkest corners of the world that light is needed most. A bright soul may fear the valley of death, but a shadow ambassador walks into it unshaken, because they were forged in darkness. You are sent where others cannot go. To broken homes, to haunted souls, to prisons, battlefields, and spiritual deserts. While others avoid the pain, you are drawn to it, not because you love suffering, but because your spirit knows it carries a power stronger than pain. God's presence that heals, restores, and transforms. But here's the mystery. Your strength is not in denying the shadows, but in embracing your duality. You know both pain and peace, despair and hope, darkness and light. And because of this balance, you can stand before those who feel lost in their sins and say, I understand you, and I know the way out. That is why the enemy fears you, because you are not just another believer walking in light. You are a soldier trained in the shadows. You carry the fire of endurance, the wisdom of scars, and the unshakable authority of one who has faced hell and lived to tell the story. But this is not the end of your mission, for the calling of a shadow ambassador is not just about survival. It's about carrying out the divine assignments God has written for you. And the next chapter will uncover something that may shift how you see your entire life. Do not miss the next part, because it will reveal the hidden assignments of the dark chosen ones. Why your path has been so different, and the sacred mission God has hidden inside your pain, inside you. Chosen one, if you've ever asked yourself, why me? Why must I suffer more than others? Why do I feel so different, so burdened, so misunderstood? Then listen carefully, because the answer is hidden in your very calling. God gives His brightest lights to the gentlest hearts, but He gives His darkest battles to His shadow ambassadors. Your assignment is hidden in the places you've been broken. If you've known loneliness, you are called to guide the isolated. If you've known addiction, you are sent to free those chained. If you've walked through abuse, you carry healing for the wounded. If you've faced rejection, you are chosen to embrace the outcasts. The very places where you bled are the very places where you will shine the brightest. Your pain is not wasted. It is a map of your mission. But here's the greater secret. Dark chosen ones are called to enter realms that light alone cannot. From the very beginning of time, God knew there would be two kinds of chosen ones, the children of the light and the guardians of the shadow. And while the light chosen ones shine with gentleness, peace, and clarity, the dark chosen ones were destined for something even more profound: to protect, to war, and to carry light into the realms where angels themselves hesitate to tread. That's why your spirit feels older. That's why you feel different, misunderstood, set apart. You were carved out of struggle because only a soul forged in fire can carry this kind of authority. Your destiny is not small. It is not ordinary. It is eternal. The dark chosen ones are God's elite force, His warriors, His ambassadors who operate in the shadows, unseen, often unrecognized, but carrying a power that shakes the unseen realms. When others fall, you stand. When others run, you endure. When others see darkness, you see an opportunity to bring forth light. This is why you've been preserved when you should have been destroyed. This is why you're still breathing when life tried to take you out, because your destiny is far from over. It is only beginning. Chosen one, your role is not just to live, but to lead. Not just to shine, but to ignite. Not just to survive the matrix of this world, but to expose it, transcend it, and guide others to freedom. And when your mission is complete, when you stand before the Father, you will not stand as one who lived an easy life. You will stand as a warrior who carried both darkness and light and transformed it into glory. That is the destiny of God's shadow ambassadors.